All right, good morning, everyone, and happy Halloween. How is everyone here today? I hope I find you well. I hope you guys are ready for a fun marathon-themed day for sure. All day long, I'll be streaming here horror-themed games for you. It's going to be a great one, and momentarily, there will be a costume reveal, all right? Got a lot to talk about today, actually, because of the difficulties getting this whole thing together this year were pretty unprecedented. Like, I'm not kidding. This was probably the most hurdles I've ever had to setting up a simple Halloween marathon this year. All right, seriously, like this year was ridiculous. How long it took for me to get everything working, and even now today, we can't do everything the way that I wanted to do because of technical difficulties, which we're going to talk about here on the pre-stream today. Okay. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm sure we're going to get more and more people here on the stream in time. Not everyone jumps in for the pre-stream, but I welcome you, those of you who are here for the Halloween Marathon. How you doing? Like I said, momentarily we will have the costume reveal, but let's talk a little bit before we get to that. Let's talk about, first of all, today is Halloween, October 31st, 2021. I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to a marathon stream. It is not going to be a two-stream day like usual. It's going to be one very long stream, okay? 4 different horror-themed games will be played, 2 of which you guys voted for, 1 of which I picked, and 1 of which is an impromptu swap because of technical difficulties that happened, of all things, last night, which really pisses me off because I had everything up and running and working, and then technical difficulties screw me over, which we're going to talk about in a second here, okay? So anyway, how does this work? First of all, we're going to do a pre-stream right now. On this pre-stream, we're going to do several different things. I'm going to reveal my costume to you all. We are going to talk about the games that I'm going to play today. We're also going to order the food, all right, that I'm going to eat later today on a live edition of Feasting with the King. All right, it's going to be Mediterranean food because you guys actually voted over the course of the last week on the type of cuisine that I would be eating today, and it's Mediterranean. So, it should be fun. I hope you guys will be here for the next hour or so as we do this pre-stream. A lot of things are going to go down interesting on the pre-stream for a change, right? Then we're going to get into games. Now, like I said, there's going to be 4 games eligible, which I will reveal here, right here on the pre-stream. And so, you guys will also be voting live in the chat for what game we'll start with first, because we have a choice of 4. So you guys will vote, what game do you want to see first? The 2 choices you guys know of already are Condemned Criminal Origins and Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Complex. Or Sister Location, excuse me. Then there's 2 others. Well, I already announced this last night. Since Silent Hill is not going to work, and I'll explain what happened in a bit here, we have a chance to continue on with my second run of House of Ashes, excuse me. We played this last night for 2 hours, and we got just a little bit into it because the intro segment's quite lengthy. And we did actually manage to save Merwin, who died in my first run. Sadly, it looks like Joey, who died in my first run as well, is not savable. He dies no matter what. But Merwin we rescued, and now things are changing. The scenes are actually changing. And this is cool because last year we actually played Little Hope, the last game from the Dark Pictures anthology on Halloween, and it went really well. So we're going to maybe do that today as well, okay? So sadly, we can't do Silent Hill 1. I wanted to do it. It doesn't work, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I'll explain to you what happened and everything. It's unfortunate. I really had high hopes for it, and what can you do? But we'll probably do some House of Ashes instead, the second run. And then a mystery game. And I'm hoping the mystery game is good. We're going to find out, and I don't want to spoil it yet. I'll announce it in a little bit here, okay? So you guys will vote on what game we'll be playing first. We'll play that for a little bit. Then you'll vote on the second game. We'll play that for a little bit. And then probably it'll be time for food, depending on, when I order it. We're probably going to order food for around the same time that I usually eat, which is around 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if we play 2 games, each game ended up being like an hour and a half, and you take a little break in between, probably will be perfect time to eat. And then we'll do the Feasting with the King. And then after that, we have 2 more games. Okay? Now, by the way, if you guys end up liking one game way more than the others, we can play it for longer. That's okay. We have no constraints today on how long we play a game or what we do. We can do whatever you guys want. If we're having a good time, just keep rolling with it, right? That's my feeling is if there's a game we're playing, we hate it, screw it, on to the next. If there's a game we're playing and we're having a good time with it, keep going, you know? So, that's the deal. Now, Snow Cooper asked a good question. He said, what's going to happen today with tip goals? Basically, there is only one tip goal today, and it's the equivalent as if I was streaming twice. $300, it's the total of the 2 streams. Normally would be $150 each. No, I'm not going to be wearing gunner glasses. No, I'm not going to be wearing a vest or a hat today. I'm already wearing a costume. I'm already wearing a Halloween costume. So, we're not going to be doing those other things. Those things are for normal days. They're not for today. All right, just so you guys know, no expectations that there'll be vests and hats and things today. But listen, I definitely appreciate if you contribute today, and in particular today, not only tips, but memberships. We are working now towards the November membership goal. I know many of you have been waiting to become members of this channel. You've been telling me you did not like the membership reward goals for October. You were waiting for November because you had a feeling that November would go towards the Christmas event. You were absolutely right. 100%. This month, in the next month, if you join and become a member of the channel, you are basically contributing to the Christmas event goal. If we hit the total members for the month of 300, I'm doing a Christmas marathon where I'll be in holiday attire and probably switching attire during the course of the day. I'll also be drinking. Okay, I'll be drinking during the course of that event, plus playing a variety of games. There's actually going to be a tier 2 members goal for November, and if we hit that, then on top of just the marathon happening and all of that, there'll be a double reward. First of all, there'll be another Feasting with the King on that event, and then on top of that, there's going to be a live DSP Tries It that's holiday themed. Okay, so if ever there was a time to become a channel member, now is the time. It would be awesome if today, during the Halloween marathon event, we could get a rallying of support for that kind of stuff. It would be great to start the month off strong, you know? Okay. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, let's reveal the costume, all right? And I know some of you will think you'll like it, and some of you won't. I laughed my ass off when I saw myself in this thing. I thought I looked, you know, it was hilarious, but some people undoubtedly, this happens every year, okay? Every year it's exactly the same. Some people really like the costume. Some people hate the costume. And there's nothing I can do, as like I tell you guys. You can't please all the people all of the time. Now, there's something else that I need to tell you before we reveal the costume. All right? So I'm planning the Halloween event, and all this week, it's been raining. It's been cold outside. And I was like, ooh, this is good. We got spooky lighting for the Halloween event. This will be good, right? Guess what we've got today? Pure beating sun all day long outside. It's so bright, I had to pull my blinds down, because if the blinds are up, it's too bright in here. On the camera, it looks like I'm nuclear. I'm like glowing, like I'm radioactive, because there's so much sun outside. So it's like, oh, this is cool, a spooky marathon. Maybe I'll have nice creepy lighting. Oh, I can't even do that because it's going to be pure sun all day long. Now, on top of that, okay, because there's beating sun on my wall, this is going to make me incredibly uncomfortable all day in this costume. I mean it. Like, I'm going to be incredibly uncomfortable in this costume. I know it. I know that the longer the marathon goes on, it's going to get hotter and hotter in this office. And it's going to be interesting to say the least. It is. All right. Let's just get it out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell just happened? What is this? What the fuck? Oh, I misclicked on something and a big pop-up happened on my laptop. It freaked me out for a second. Okay. All right. Phew. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Halloween 2021 event begins. Wait a minute. What do I do? Okay, wait. Here we go. Ready? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Halloween 2021. Anyone want a cookie? When I get scared, I eat cookies. So this is a full body costume. I'm not kidding you. Look. It goes all the way down to my feet. Oh my God. C is for cookie. Yes, C is for cookie. Cookie, cookie, cookie. Yes. So yes, I might actually be in character for some playthroughs. I might actually be in character. I'm not going to do that voice all day, okay? Now, a few things about the Halloween costume, all right? First of all, I had 3 different ideas for a Halloween costume that I wanted to do this year. 3, okay? And basically, some of the ideas that I had would only really have worked if I was able to get the neck headphones that I had ordered from Amazon in freaking August. Okay? I had ordered these wireless neck headphones that I was supposed to wear around my neck. And if I was going to have those, okay, I would have had way more compatibility with costumes. I could have worn whatever, right? Because I could have had things covering my ears. I could have had elaborate hats. I could have had all kinds of stuff. But then they freaking got canceled. Well, not canceled, excuse me. They got delayed. The freaking thing got delayed on me. And so I don't even know when those wireless headphones are coming out anymore. They were supposed to be out in the middle of October. Then they got delayed till the end of October. And then they got delayed till the middle of November. And now there's an indefinite release date. So with the fact that I don't know when they're even coming, I basically went back to get a costume. I'm like, now I'm limited. Like, I wanted that one and that one. I can't really get those because without those headphones, you know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. Now, this costume is hilarious because I'm sweating already. I'm not even kidding you. I'm completely sweating wearing this thing. I knew I thought, oh, it'll be nice and cool. It's the fall. This won't be an issue, right? No. Already I'm sweating in here. And now, like I said, the freaking sun is beating on the wall. And now it's just going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. Carlos says the eyeball needs to be adjusted. Actually, Cookie Monster's supposed to have crooked eyeballs, isn't he? Because that's how they are. Look. Oh, I too many cookie. Now I have googly eye. Oh, no, I'm not turning on the air conditioner. The air conditioner's been out of the window for 2 months. I'm not reinstalling the air conditioner and putting weatherproof tape and everything on it for 1 day. So basically, I'm going to be sweating profusely in this thing, and there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to be like completely covered in. I'm actually wearing nothing under this except underwear. I'm not even kidding. I'm wearing nothing on this except boxer shorts. That's all I have on under this thing. Because I know I'm going to be like so hot today wearing this thing. The window is open, genius. He goes, open the window. No, what I do is I close everything. The window's wide open. It's as open as it can possibly be. But I can't get good airflow because it's so sunny. I have to have the blinds down or else it would be too bright in here. So I'm kind of screwed. You know what I can do? My fan is on full blast, oscillating back and forth, trying to cool me down. And there's not much I can do. All right? I'm just going to have to bear with it. Again, if the wireless headphones, the neck headphones had released, I probably would have gotten a different kind of costume. And I probably would have had one where the headphones would have been here. And then I could have had all kinds of accessories. But it didn't work out. What can you do? And the other thing is, this costume, I would have actually liked to have extra large. They didn't have it. I had to buy large. So it just fits. Like, it just fits. I'm afraid if I move the wrong way, I might bust a seam. So, the good news is, it's stretchy. So hopefully I don't bust a seam. Okay? And by the way, so I do have some cookies here. And during the course of today, during the gameplay and whatever, I might eat some cookies. Chewy Chips Ahoy. Although I do have something to say about this. It's funny. So I've not had a Chewy Chips Ahoy probably in 10 years. Like, no exaggeration. I've had regular Chips Ahoy, which are the crunchy kind. But I was thinking about it. I was like, well, for the marathon, I want something that I can easily eat. Crunchy is going to be harder to eat. Chewy, you can just kind of like, oh, cookie, shove it in your mouth, have some, blah, 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 you know, you finish it, you eat the cookie. So I said, I'll get Chewy Chips Ahoy. And then I had one. They're terrible. I don't know what they did. They ruined Chewy Chips Ahoy. So here's the thing. Chips Ahoy has a unique smell. And I can smell it right now. It smells like a Chips Ahoy cookie. They all smell the same. But Chewy Chips Ahoy used to taste like cookie dough. And what I mean by that is, you know how if you get raw cookie dough and you're going to bake it in your oven, or you're going to go to, like, you get ice cream, it has cookie dough ice cream in it, and the cookie dough's in it. So that's how it always used to taste. It used to taste like cookie dough. I had one because I wanted to, you know, test it. I ate it. I'm like, it tastes like a spoonful of sugar. It literally does. There's no chocolate flavor at all in any of the chips. The chips just taste like sugar. The dough doesn't even taste like cookie dough anymore. I was like, what did they do? Like, they ruined it. They ruined Chewy Chips Ahoy. When I was a kid, they had a distinct flavor to them, where it had almost like vanilla plus like a cookie dough flavor, and the chocolate tasted like chocolate. They taste terrible now. But like I actually said, the crunchy ones I know are good. I've had the crunchy ones in the last few years. The problem is, imagine trying to eat the crunchy cookies and falling apart, crumbs fucking flying everywhere here in the office. Last thing I want is melted chocolate all over my office where I work. That's why I said, oh, the Chewy I could like shove in my mouth and quickly eat. You know, it's not crunchy or anything. So anyway, okay, Foul Dream says, quick word of advice, if you drink milk with the cookies, don't drink soda with your meal later, it gives you a stomach ache. I'm not drinking milk. I'm either going to be drinking seltzer water or filtered water. I'm not going to be drinking milk with those cookies. So no worries there. So basically you're saying if you drink milk and then soda, it turns your stomach sour? I didn't know that. Okay. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm Cookie Monster. The cookie, I'll eat cookies. What happens when you get scared in game? You eat the cookie. So I'll be doing some silly voices and things over the course of the day. Now let's talk, because we got lots of stuff to talk about. Okay? We have a lot of stuff to talk about on this pre-stream. So first of all, okay, let's talk games. Let's talk what games I'll actually be playing on today's Halloween event stream. All right, we've got Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, which you guys voted for and picked. We've got Condemned Criminal Origins, which the members of the channel voted for and picked. Okay, so that's awesome. Now, I was going to do Silent Hill because you guys nominated and voted for Silent Hill. What happened? So I'll tell you what happened, because this story really legitimately pisses me off, okay? Earlier this month, the first week of October, okay, I wanted to make sure that everything worked fine, so I turned on my PS3 and it worked fine. There was no issues with my PS3 earlier this month. Now keep in mind, that was before you guys had fully nominated and voted for games for the event yet. We didn't know what games were going to be in the Halloween Marathon. So when I tested my equipment, I couldn't download any of the games yet for the event because I didn't know what games were going to be eligible, okay? Now, my PlayStation 3, okay, the only reason that I still have a PS3 is to play legacy games, meaning PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games that aren't available on PS4 or PS5. They're only available emulated on PlayStation Network running on the PS3. That's literally the only other reason I have this console. I don't need a PS3 for anything else. This is the same PS3 that I've used for years and years and years, and I never had a problem with it, okay? So it worked earlier in October. Everything seemed fine, and I had no issues, okay? Last night, I say, okay, let's get it working and everything again. I turned it on. It says, oh, there's a system update. I'm like, oh, delightful. A required system update to even go on PlayStation Network to download Silent Hill. So I load the system update. Now, obviously, the console works and the networking in the console works if I'm downloading the system update. It has to work, right? So it downloads the system update. It installs the system update. Everything's feeling good. Okay, it reboots. And it says error. Uh-oh, okay. So what I think it was I had changed all my passwords and everything as a result of all the bullshit that happened to me a couple months ago with people getting into all my accounts. Just as a safety precaution, I went and I changed the password on everything, okay? So I was like, oh shit, that's right. Probably I changed the password to my PlayStation Network account. Let me just manually put in the new password or whatever and we should be good. So I did. And it logs me in and immediately auto logs out and says error code blah blah blah. Huh? What does that mean? Tried it again. Same thing. Logs me in, logs me out. So I said, okay, let me go and make sure that I'm doing this right. I go on my PC, I log in fully, 0 issues. Easily. This is definitely the information to get into PSN. I turn on my PS4, logs in, no issues. I turn on my PS5, logs in, no issues. Uh-oh. Okay. So I go and I try again. Nothing. Can't get it to work. So I start troubleshooting. Okay. I start troubleshooting stuff. I go online. This error code that I'm getting is a generic error code that could mean one of a million things, but in general, it applies to networking issues. Everyone online is saying, oh, this is an issue where you have to do something with your modem or your router. Guess what? My modem and my router is the same unit. I haven't changed any settings on my modem or router. I used the PlayStation 3 earlier this month and had no issue with the settings in my modem and router. So there's nothing different in my modem and router. Nothing's changed. Something went wrong in the PS3. Now, how do you fuck with that? The answer is you don't. You don't. There's no way you can like go into the firmware of the PS3 and manually mess with network settings. All it does is it runs a network test, and whenever I run the network test, it says error when it tries to connect to PSN, cannot connect. So, really, I mean, what I'm faced with here, maybe if I were to try to find a way to like hard reformat the PS3, maybe it would fix it. Like if I put it back to factory settings, you know what I mean? Like start over. And maybe if I did a fresh console update from there, maybe that would solve the issue. But I don't have time to do, like, what am I going to do that? You know what I mean? I was trying to set this all up last night. And it was very, I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I'm pretty upset. And here's why, okay? Basically, there always seems to be bullshit going on. And I purposely keep this console just for the reason for marathons. Seriously, the only time I ever use my PlayStation console, my PlayStation 3, I should say, is for marathons. That's it. I tested it earlier this month, and it worked. There was no way I could have known that there would be a system update between the first week of October and now, and it would have basically screwed the settings of the console up, and now I can't connect and download anything. What really sucks is I have Dino Crisis on there, and I have, I think I have a different Silent Hill game on there, or I have the Silent Hill Collection, which is 2 and 3, but not Silent Hill 1. So I have all this stuff, but I don't have the game you guys wanted, and it's too last minute to be sitting here messing. I'm not going to waste time on today's marathon trying to do networking shit with this thing. It's just not worth it, okay? So, it is what it is. It sucks that it happened. Maybe long-term I'll be able to mess with it more. For now, I'm just going to consider it out of the picture when it comes to games that I can play for marathons. It seems like there's just nothing I can do about it. If anything, what this is showing is that Sony really needs to work on a solution, okay, for its legacy games. Sony needs to have a way to play old PlayStation games and not have this one of the heads of the company say, oh, who wants to play those old games? He's an idiot. People want to play legacy games. They want to go back and play the classics, especially ones like Silent Hill 1 is not available on other platforms. You can't play the original. They remade Silent Hill 2 and 3 in an HD collection. They never remade Silent Hill 1. So if you don't have a working PS3 that can connect to PSN, or if you don't have a working PlayStation 1 console and the physical disc, you can't play Silent Hill 1. Right? Now compare that to Microsoft. Microsoft has been doing all this effort to make all of its games backwards compatible on the modern consoles. Right now on my Xbox Series X, I can play a ton of original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X games. Microsoft is absolutely doing a great job right now with what they're doing with backwards compatibility, and Sony seems to be completely ignoring it as if no one wants it, when in reality, there's definitely a need for it. People want that, okay? Now, some people are saying, what about PS Now? I honestly don't know. I don't know what about PS Now. I don't know. You know, I've heard PS Now is terrible, but I don't know if it's available on PS Now or how it would work on PS Now, okay? But again, now is not the time to be worrying about PS Now and doing a new subscription to see if we can even get it to work. All right? It sucks. So I see people say, oh, this is a simple fix, Phil. This is a simple fix. All right. If it's a simple fix, send me the fix in email, and I'll fix it later. I can't do it now, okay? I would love to fix my PS3 so I can use it. Because, again, Christmas Marathon coming up. People might want to see classic games. If I can't play them, you know, what the hell? So, yeah, please send me the solution on how to fix it. I would be very happy to fix this issue on my PS3, okay? So, anyway. Condemned Criminal Origins, Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, if you guys want, which we don't ever have to get to it, but if you want, we can do more House of Ashes, which I think would be great. I think that House of Ashes will work well for this marathon because we're already playing it. The second run is actually more tense than the first because now I'm trying to keep everyone alive, which means I have to hyper-focus on the quick times and make the right choices. And also, we've already made these different decisions where characters have different relationships now. So I actually think it would be really cool to go through that and do maybe an hour and a half of that today. But we'll see if you guys want it or not. I'll leave the choice in your hands. And then, sorry. The last game that we will be playing today, all right? This was my choice, and I thought about it, and I had a few options in mind, and I finally made my decision. The fourth game we'll be playing today is Visage on the Xbox Series X. What is Visage? Visage is a horror-themed psychological horror game. Horror-themed psychological horror game, of course. I had to say that twice. Horror. It's a game that I played a couple years ago. But when I played it on PC, and I played early access. The game was completely unfinished. Okay? And the game felt unfinished. Like, the graphics were really, really good on the PC, but everything else was bad. Like, the gameplay elements were kind of boring. And this was the game where I chased the ghost. There was a ghost, and I was like, oh, I want to be scared. Where is it? So I chased the ghost, and the ghost was running away from me. Imagine a grown man, a 39-year-old man in a Cookie Monster outfit, running through a haunted house chasing ghosts, and the ghosts are running from him. That's what happened, okay? Now, here's the thing. A lot has changed in the last couple of years. This game is now fully finished. Completely changed from the ground up. Apparently the game is completely like redesigned. They changed it. They updated it to make it actually a much better game. And now it runs on Xbox Series X. So not only will I be playing it on a console where now it's been basically, you know, tweaked with and it runs beautifully. It's at full 60 frames per second, gorgeous visuals and everything, supposedly. Okay? But in addition to that, the game's good now. People have actually said this game is scary. Like a lot of people have said we played the game. It's actually legitimately very scary. Because it's not like other games where it's jump scares and stuff all the time. Like, there's more to it. Okay, I'm all for it. You know, I played it 2 years ago when it wasn't even finished. It was early access, unfinished alpha, and it wasn't a very good game. So being that now it's available on Game Pass, I said, let's give it a shot today. Okay? So, the 4 games you'll be choosing from. Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, Condemned Criminal Origins, Visage, and House of Ashes. And we're going to do a poll for that in a bit, where you guys are going to be able to vote on what game you want to see me play first. We'll play that for about an hour, hour and a half, or if you guys get bored, we'll play less, or if you like it, we'll play more. And then when we decide that we want to switch, you guys will vote again. I'm just going to keep doing polls in the stream chat for you guys to determine what games we play, what order we play today, okay? Now also, like I said, there will not be any reward. Look, how can I wear a freaking, you know, a vest with, are you kidding me? Can you imagine me wearing a vest over this? Do you, like, I'm not sweating bad enough. Can you imagine how much I'll be sweating with a vest over this? And obviously I can't wear a hat either. So no hat or vest today, but I would definitely appreciate if you guys support the stream. I'm basically trying to do just as much as I would do during 2 normal streams today. I've combined it. So people said, oh, well, aren't you going to do a giant special fundraiser goal today? Because you talked about this last week, how basically you were, you know, the identity theft 2 months ago cost you like $1,500 of lawyers' fees and stuff. No, I'm not going to do anything like that special. I'm just going to say, listen, it's a normal day. Let's have fun. Hopefully you guys like the event. Hopefully you guys will support it if you can. Like I said, right now it'd be great if we get a big boost in members today. That would be really superb if we get a big boost in members. But also, yes, obviously I'm trying to hit the normal tips goal that I would do during a normal day. Okay? Okay. Excuse me. So, that's the deal. Alright? That's what we're doing today. Should be a good time. It should be a good time. This marathon will run roughly until between 7 and 8 p.m. In reality, it depends on how much you guys like the games. Because if you like the games, we'll play them longer, right? If you like games so much, maybe, like I said, House of Ashes, is basically like an audible to make up for Silent Hill that we can't play. We don't even have to play it. We can play the other games for longer if you guys want to do that. I really leave the power in your hands of what you guys want to do. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. Alright, now, one thing that we are going to do right now is we're going to order food for the Feasting with the King today. I'm gonna go right now onto the menu, the online menu, and we're gonna look at the stuff that's available there, and we're gonna decide what I'm gonna order. Okay. But first, another thing that's very important that we have to determine today, everyone. So listen up. This is very important. By the way, welcome. We got over 500 people on the stream. This is the most people I've had on a stream in a long time. So welcome everyone to the stream. I'm happy that you guys are here for the Halloween event. So here's what I need from you guys today. I need your input because tomorrow, Monday, I'm starting a new playthrough. But I don't know what it is. It's going to be up to you guys. And let me give you the options so you guys know what could be tomorrow. Okay? Option number 1, Metroid Dread. Game that came out earlier this month. People wanted to see it. At that time, I was like, it really doesn't make sense to start this up when I'm juggling 5 other games. And I told you that I would play it at a future date, and I'm definitely playing it at some point. I just don't know when. It could be tomorrow. Option number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a game that originally didn't look good at all. When we saw all the previews and everything for it, it didn't look good. It really seriously didn't look good. It looked like it was crappy. And then all of a sudden, people got early review copies, and reviews started coming out, and they were like, this game is good. This game is fun. This game has a great plot and really great writing. Yes, the early on gameplay kind of sucks, but as the game progresses, it gets better and better. By the end of the game is actually quite fun to play, and it has one of the best stories of the year. So I was like, wow, that's a great option. But then on top of that, now we've got 3 new games today that could all be in the running. We've got Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. I don't know how many of you are going to want to see that as a full playthrough. Condemned Criminal Origins, and Visage. I'm really interested in both Condemned and Visage today, and here's why. I remember playing Condemned many years ago during a Halloween event and liking it. I actually thought the game was pretty good, and people were like, will you ever go back to it? I was like, maybe, and now we're doing it again today, and maybe people will actually want to see Condemned as a full playthrough. Okay? Or, what if Visage is actually really good? Right? What if it actually ends up being very entertaining, and it's spooky and scary? I honestly haven't had a game like that this month besides, like, House of Ashes. There really hasn't been much horror going on. So, maybe it could be pretty good. I think that, see, in the lip scene just says, Visage or Condemned, for sure, they're both pretty short, and you could even maybe have time to do both. Here's the mentality that I have, all right? Whatever game I start tomorrow has to be a game that I can beat in about a week and a half, and here's why I mean that. In early November, November 9th, Forza Horizon 5 comes out. November 11th, excuse me, the GTA Collection comes out, okay? When those games come out, they're absolutely going to take priority. Those are going to be the games that are going to be my focus. I don't want to start a game now that's a lengthy-ass 20, 30-hour game. I only get 5 to 10 hours into it, and now we're stuck because I'm playing other new games that are more important, and now I can't get anywhere with these other games. You see what I'm saying? I basically don't want to get locked into something that's going to end up being so lengthy that I end up not finishing it, and it ends up being a playthrough that we never get back to. So, what I'm thinking is, let's see how the games are today. And dependent on how the games are today, we can use say, hey, we should either Condemned or maybe Visage. Should those be full playthroughs, right? Could we do a full playthrough of one of those this week starting tomorrow? We could. Or, again, it could be Metroid, or it could be Guardians. I don't know. I think, like, they're all really good options, honestly. So let's see what happens today. Your feedback over the course of today is going to determine what I play tomorrow as the new game. So I'm going to have my ears open, my eyes peeled. I'm going to be listening to all of you guys, all right, with what you have to say in, on the stream. And depending on what you say, that's going to determine what I end up playing tomorrow. What's funny is, someone just said, I'm tired of Marvel. I think a lot of people are kind of burnt out on Marvel stuff. That Marvel kind of in the last few years has kind of fizzled out, and no one's really super excited for Marvel stuff that much anymore. I hear you. I guess we'll have to see, okay? All right. So that's what's going on with the games. Now, tomorrow there's a new game. I don't know what it's going to be, but that's going to be on the main stream. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be continuing on with Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment will be on the late stream, okay? On Tuesday, it's going to be the continuation of Far Cry 6. And that's going to be paired with a late night stream of, House of Ashes. And then Wednesday is going to be more of whatever the new game is, paired with more Lost Judgment. Thursday is my day off from streaming this week. And then, like I said, this next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will be a balance between the new game and Far Cry. And then Tuesday is the release of Forza Horizon 5. Okay? That's when that gets added back into the mix. No, Davey, I do not sell autographs. I don't sell autographs or do anything with autographs. I haven't done an autograph in many years, so. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's the deal. Now, this is exciting. Let's figure out what I'm going to eat. All right, let's actually open up the online menu here. And I'm going to tell you, there's a restaurant I'm going to order from. I know which one it is because it's the one that's, I think it's either closest to me or really close to me. And it seems to have a good selection. What I'd like to do is go through the menu with you guys to let you know what they have. And we're going to order together. All right? So it's a Mediterranean restaurant. And you might say, well, what's a Mediterranean food? Mediterranean food is a combination of Greek food and Middle Eastern food. Why is it called Mediterranean? Because the Mediterranean Sea is a body of water between Greece and the Middle East. So that's why all that food is kind of centralized in that region, and that's why it's called that. Okay? So that being said, there's many things that I've had from Mediterranean and stuff I've never had. I'll give you an example. I've had Heroes before. Heroes are a pita that usually has either lamb, beef, or both with this unique, like, what do they call it, tzatziki sauce or something like that in it. And sometimes they put other things like a salad, like onions and other things in it, with tomatoes sometimes. And you basically, you eat it like this. Oh, it's very, very good. I've had that before, okay? I've had some of their skewers. I don't know what they actually call them, if they call them skewers or if they call them shawarma or whatever it's called. No, here's what they call it, kebabs. They call it kebabs. I've had those before, where they take the slow roasted meat that's been marinated, and then it's on a kebab, and you can either get chicken, lamb, or beef usually are the options. But there's many things I have never had in Mediterranean cuisine, okay? And what I'm actually thinking, we'll go through it here, but one of the things that I've never had, I basically never had any of their vegetarian stuff. And there's actually quite a few interesting and unique selections in Mediterranean cuisine that's vegetarian, okay? So let's go through. Let me read some items to you. All right, let me not go popular items. Let's go right down the regular menu. So here you go. Entrees. Grilled kebab. And then I think they have options for the kind of meat. Lamb shawarma, which is lamb sauteed with bell peppers and onion in olive oil with rice, hummus, salad, and a pita bread. Grilled lamb tikka. Now that's marinated lamb grilled on a skewer with rice, hummus, salad, and pita bread. So it sounds like there's two different options, okay? You can get it either sauteed in a pan with olive oil, or you can get it with the skewer style. I don't know how different they taste, because I've never had the shawarma. I've only had the one on the kebab, so I actually don't know how different it would be to have it on the skewer versus just like what do you call it? Sauteed. Now listen to this. They have something, it's called Lulu kebab plate, Iraqi style. Listen to this. Prime ground beef mixed with onions and spices, grilled with onions and tomatoes. So it sounds like it's just a bunch of ground beef mixed in with a bunch of other ingredients. I guess this is actually a dish that they eat in Iraq, because why else would they call it Iraqi style, right? I certainly have never had anything like that. A whole lamb shank. Stewed lamb with rice salad and shank soup. Now, I don't know if I would want a whole lamb shank, and the reason I say that is because as good as it might be, it would be very difficult to eat that here on stream, right? How would I eat a giant lamb shank on stream? I don't have a table here with fork and knife to cut and dine it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't do that. Even though it sounds great, it probably would be too difficult to eat here, okay? Maybe that's another time. Team Igo Gamer says Iraqi style kebab is amazing if you get it spicy. Well, they don't have kebab. They call it an Iraqi style. Oh no, it is a kebab plate. You're right. It is a kebab plate. He says it's spicy. It says that it is spicy. So they have a mixed tikka kebab, one skewer each of chicken, beef, and lamb, and then that comes with rice, hummus, pita. Of course, they have the Heroes, which is the traditional sandwich on the pita bread. So I don't know if I would want. I mean, that's something I've had already. So I don't know how much fun that would really be for a feasting with the king when it's something I've already done. Fish fillet dinner. Fillet of fish grilled with lemon sauce, garlic, and seasonings. Could be good. I don't know. I've never had Mediterranean-style fish, so I actually don't know what that would be like. Shrimp dinner. Shrimp sauteed with vegetables. That I'm probably not going to get. And they also have fish and chips. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. That's too generic, you know. Just sauteed shrimp and fish and chips. You can get that anywhere. Okay, now here we go. Here is their vegetarian selections, and this is very interesting to me. You can either get an order of just falafels, or you can get the vegetarian platter. So let me explain what these are. Falafel is basically chickpeas. You ever had chickpeas before? So I think they grind them up, and they turn them into like a chickpea puree, and then they do a breading on the outside, and I think it's fried. Okay? I've never had a falafel before. I'm actually dying to try a falafel. I've never tasted one before. Okay? So you could just get 6 falafel with salad, baba ganoush, and a pita bread, or you could do the full vegetarian platter. The vegetarian platter sounds good. Listen to this. So this comes with falafel, hummus, baba ganoush. If you don't know what baba ganoush is an egg, some kind of an eggplant dish, I think, isn't it? Like they cook the eggplant and they turn it into some kind of like a puree or something, and then they put other stuff around it. I think so. Dolma fresh greens. If you don't know what dolma is, okay, dolma is, I believe it's marinated grape leaves. So the plant, grapes, everyone knows what grapes are. Well, grapes grow on a plant, and that plant has these big leaves, and what they do is they rip the leaf off, they like marinate and cook the leaf, and then they wrap the leaf up into like a roll, and in the roll they put stuffing and stuff inside the grape leaf. Okay? I've never had that before either. Dolma, they call it. That sounds cool. That sounds completely unique and interesting. Something that might be really interesting. Okay? So, if I do the vegetarian platter, all right, this comes with the falafel, it comes with the baba ganoush, it comes with some dolma, which is the stuffed grape leaves, plus some hummus, tomato and cucumber and pita bread. So, that sounds good to me because that sounds like it's a little bit of everything vegetarian, right? So I'm thinking maybe one of the things that I will order is that vegetarian platter, because that's something, everything on there is something unique and cool, right? So I think I should do that. People are agreeing with me. Yeah, Anshang Forever says the dolma is fantastic. Team Bible Gamer says dolma is actually an acquired taste. All right, well, you know what? It's time to do something different, right? It's time to be a little bit adventurous, right? It's time to be a little bit adventurous. It's not necessarily something that I'm going to love, but it's something to try, right? That's the whole point of Feasting with the King. We're going to try a variety of things and see what I like and what I don't like. So I think, what do you guys think? Do you think the vegetarian platter makes sense? And by the way, that's one thing. We're going to order something else, too. I'm going to order some kind of meat. But doesn't that sound good, vegetarian platter? What do you think? Golden Cold says, we absolutely need shawarma or a hero. All right, fair enough. Let's continue going on. So they have grilled chicken tikka, marinated chicken pieces grilled on a skewer with rice, hummus, and salad and pita bread. Okay. Let's see here. Chicken shawarma. Chicken sauteed with bell peppers, and onion and olive oil with rice, hummus, and salad and pita. See, I've never had the shawarma. You know, here's something else they have. Now, guys, I don't know what this is. Does anyone know what this is? It's called chicken tahini. So this is chicken breast sauteed with vegetables and mixed with tahini, served with stir fry. But what is tahini? I don't know what tahini is. So the question is, if I was going to order chicken, I would probably either get the shawarma or I would get the tahini, but I don't know what the tahini is. It doesn't explain on the menu. I'm like, what is tahini? It's gyro. They pronounce it, it's not hero, it's gyro. Okay, gyro. I'll say gyro. Tahini is a kind of sauce. Oh. Well, does anyone know what it is? What it tastes like? It's a Middle Eastern sauce that's white. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I don't know what that is then. Because I've definitely had the tzatziki sauce on like the gyro, but I don't think I've ever had tahini sauce. It's similar to honey, kind of like a sesame paste, I'm being told. It's made from sesame. Oh, man, that sounds good. Jones J says, it is savory and delicious. You guys, come on, you're killing me. This sounds really good. What time will the feast happen, says Chicken Man? Likely I will order the food, and then it'll be delivered around my normal dinner time, which is normally around 4 p.m. Usually I eat dinner between 4 and 5 p.m. Pacific time, so I'll probably have it delivered around then. Oh, man. This is sounding good now. This is sounding really good. All right. So number one, I think we absolutely should order the vegetarian platter. That comes with the falafel, hummus, baba ganoush, dolma, and tomato and cucumbers and pita bread. So we'll do that. I'll absolutely order the vegetarian platter. But now, do we want to order chicken shawarma or do I want to order chicken tahini? That seems to be the one other thing we have to figure out. I mean, I could also get lamb shawarma, because the lamb shawarma sounds good too. Lamb sauteed with bell peppers and onions and olive oil. That sounds good too. I don't think I would want... Well, see, here's the thing. The Iraqi-style lulu kebab plate, it's ground beef mixed with onion and spices, grilled with onions and tomato. It's supposed to be spicy, right? That's something unique. I don't think I've ever seen Iraqi food or Iraqi-style food. So that could be unique too. Damn, this is a tough decision, actually. See, Wobble says chicken tahini is much better, but then Golden Cold says chicken shawarma. Nah, we're not getting the lamb shank. Zen Shuriken, I said, we're not getting the lamb shank. That's too hard to eat. I won't be able to eat that on stream. If I was on a kitchen table with fork and knife, I'd eat the lamb shank, but I can't do that on a stream, man. Team Michael Gamer says if they make that Iraqi style proper, it's going to be really spicy. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, what do you guys think? No, I told you about getting the shank. All right, we have to decide, is it going to be lamb shawarma, the Iraqi-style lulu kebab, chicken shawarma, or chicken tahini? Those are our 4 options. All right, you know what? I'm going to do a poll right now. We're going to do a poll live on the chat. What second dish should DSP order? Okay. Lamb, shawarma, Iraqi style beef skewer, chicken shawarma, or chicken tahini. All right. Let's see how you guys vote. Let's just do a live poll right here on the stream. This is actually what we did last time, too. We had the live poll, and you guys determined. So here we go. What should I order for this? We're already doing the vegetarian platter that's going to have the falafel, the dolma, the baba ganoush. I've never had any of those 3 things. That's 3 new items I'm going to be trying live today. I'm very excited, actually, now. Hello, Jade. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, Jade? I hope you're doing well. All right, people are voting right now. Oh, man, people are voting for the Iraqi style. Oh, man. Let me read this again. Lulu kebab plate Iraqi style. Prime ground beef mixed with onion and spices, grilled with onions and tomatoes, served with hummus salad and pita bread. And people are telling me that that's actually spicy. Okay? Dolma's Iraqi too. Is it? Because dolma, I think, is all over the Mediterranean. I don't think that dolma is necessarily specific to, like, Iraqi food. Because I've seen it at many different places. Okay. Thank you, Tyrone. He complimented me on the Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster. Oh, Cookie Monster wants falafel. Nom, 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 nom. This is not cookie, but this is good. Nom, 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 nom. Am I going to order for my wife? Of course I am. What I'm going to do is I'm figuring out what I'm going to get now. I'm going to end pre-stream, go downstairs, and make a group order. It'll be this stuff and then what she wants, too. Of course. Dolma can have meat, too. Well, this is vegetarian dolma. This is part of the vegetarian platter. So, the animals, I never had any of these dishes. Right, exactly. Like, I've never had any of this stuff that we're trying today. The only thing that I've had Mediterranean food is the gyro, and I've had the kebabs. I've never had shawarma. I've never had any of these vegetarian things. I certainly have never had anything Iraqi style. So we're trying everything new. This is cool. It's going to be a totally adventurous episode of Feasting with the King, which I'm very excited for. All right, guys are voting. Let's see how we're doing. 46% of you have voted for the Iraqi-style beef. And right now we have over 500 people on stream and 235 have voted. So about half the people have voted. Please, guys, if you're watching, please vote. Let's get a few more votes in, but it looks like we're going to go with the Iraqi-style beef. Holy crap. Sounds good, guys. He's going to make homemade chicken wings to eat while he watches the marathon today. That sounds cool. If I've had hummus or baba ganoush before, I've tasted tahini. I've had hummus. I've never had baba ganoush. Never. Okay. So what is baba ganoush exactly? Because we're going to get it. What is baba ganoush? Isn't it like, it's similar to hummus, but it's made with eggplant instead of the chickpea? Is that true? I've heard it's some kind of an eggplant-specific dish, but it looked like hummus to me when I saw a picture of it. So I don't necessarily know the difference. Albert says, I will not regret the Iraqi beef skewer. I should like it. Order cookies. I don't know if we're ordering fresh cookies. We already got Chips Ahoy. Actually, I do have another kind of cookie. It's those giant Pepperidge Farm cookies. They're big, but they're messy. So if I have, maybe later today, I'll have a dessert at the end of the stream, and I'll have one of those Pepperidge Farm cookies. No, Mongolian beef is not part of Mediterranean cuisine, I hate to tell you. The Mongols were not in the Mediterranean. All right, well, we now have about 300 votes, and still we're at 47% of people have voted for the Iraqi style. I think we're just going to do that. Okay? All right, so it has been determined. Oh, here we go. Roasted eggplant, scooped out and mixed with garlic, lemon, and seasonings. That sounds good. I love eggplant. See, I'm Italian, so eggplant is actually a big part of Italian cuisine. I've had eggplant many different ways, but this will be a totally unique one I've never had before. Cool. All right, so what are we doing for Feasting with the King today? We are doing the vegetarian variety platter, which is... Where the hell is it? Falafel, hummus, baba ganoush, dolma, fresh greens, tomato, and cucumber. And then we're going to get the Lulu kebab plate Iraqi style, which is prime ground beef mixed with onion and spices, grilled with onions and tomato. All right, that's what we're getting for Feasting with the King. This is pretty cool. Chicken Man says, didn't I already try lamb when we did Indian food in a curry? No, that was goat curry, remember? We did goat curry. That was really good. I'd never had goat, and it tasted pretty unique, but I liked it. I thought the goat was delicious. All right. It's going to be good. This is going to be excellent. I can't wait. I can't wait for later today when we do that live together. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to shout-outs. Once the shout-outs are done, we'll take a quick break for me to go order this food. And during that time period also, you'll be voting on what game I'll start with today. Okay? All right. So, let's go ahead and do shout-outs. Let's get started. We start off with YouTube side contributions, which is refreshing right now. Okay, our first contribution today was a super chat from Kevin Bernstein, who says, Happy Halloween, hope you have a great day. Thank you so much, Kevin. No, actually, I read that wrong. He said, will we be getting a monkey costume later? No, we will not be getting a monkey costume later. No monkey costume. That was all a misguidance. There's no monkey costume. It was actually Nathan Smith who did a super chat and said, Happy Halloween, hope you have a great day. Thank you, Nathan. Kevin Bernstein did a super chat. Says, can Cookie costume replace the vest for the tip skull? No. Actually, something I forgot to mention about this costume. Okay? I don't know if I'll be able to show you. Do you notice something about this costume? You notice the zipper that goes down the front? This costume is a full body costume, and it doesn't have a way to use the bathroom wearing it. If I want to use the bathroom, I have to completely take the costume off and get nude. Yeah. So I'm going to be holding in my piss because I don't have to take the costume off and on and off and on and off and on again. So, yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. Okay. Continuing on. Norman Smiley did a super chat. And he says he's disappointed in the costume. What did I say? I said, you can't please everyone. I knew no matter what I wore, it would disappoint someone. I actually had 2 other costumes in mind, but like I said, to make those costumes really work, I probably would have needed to have the neck headphones. Now, with this costume, I could, if I want to, put headphones on. I don't have to, but if there's a game like, for example, Visage, I probably might want to wear headphones like this. Because I think with Visage, maybe it'll be better to have the surround sound. But like older games, like for example, Five Nights at Freddy's, no, I don't need to wear the fucking headphones. I could just put the headphones over here, you know. and that's perfectly fine. But at least with this costume, I have the flexibility. I didn't have the flexibility with the other costumes. If those neck phones had showed up, then it would have been fine. Also, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys voted Phil's choice. You had the option to pick my costume this year. Remember, the categories were comic book character, pop culture, or was it pop culture? Yes, it was. It was comic book character, pop culture, fantasy, or Phil's choice, and you voted for Phil's choice. So, okay. Monty EH became a channel supporter. Thank you, Monty. So that means we've gone up at least one. What I'm hoping, guys, I'll be honest, I'm really hoping today, as we play the horror games, we can get a rallying of support and we can get some members. Because I started off this month with 290 members. We lost memberships. And I actually looked, I'll be honest, I looked last night, like, how did I do October versus September? It wasn't terrible, but not nearly as good as September. September was my best month ever as a YouTube streamer. Actually, when it comes to overall support, when it came to memberships, super chats, super stickers, and tips, like September was my best month ever. October, I went down, and I'm not shocked that I did. I dipped because there was no hot new games. There were no AAA releases, nothing special to really bring people to the streams. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I played what was out. I think November will be better. I think between Forza Horizon, the GTA collection, and Battlefield, just those 3 games alone, I think it's gonna end up being a much better month. Okay? Chica Man says, would you say this is more comfy than last year's Colonel Sanders outfit? Yes. You remember last year, Colonel Sanders was hilarious, but that beard just didn't work. It would not stick to my face. It kept falling off. In addition to that, that was a much more uncomfortable costume to wear. This, obviously, it's comfy. And by the way, this was not cheap. I know this doesn't necessarily look like the most complex costume. This was not cheap at all. This, it was actually, this is high quality. This is like, what do you call this? Like felt, or there's a word for this kind of cushy material. The other ones that I saw were terrible. Like, there were outfits that were trying to, like, knockoffs of this. This is the name brand one. This is sponsored. This has the Sesame Street branding and everything to it. There were other ones that were terrible. Like, they looked like shit. It was just like flannel. And they were soggy and shitty and didn't have any branding or nothing. And they were just El Cheapo shit. You know? This is much better. It's so soft and cushy. And it definitely looks a lot better than the other ones did, too. Okay. Mario Brothers did a super chat, said, happy Halloween, can't wait for the marathon. Yes, it's going to start in just a few minutes here. Kevin Bernstein did a super chat, said, sorry, football, PlayStation is better than the Xbox. If you say so. Is it Sherpa? Actually, you might be right. This might be called a Sherpa material. I think that's actually what it is called. It's so soft. It's like, wow, you touch it, you're like, wow, it's like airy. Like, you know what I mean? Like cotton balls. It's so nice. Agility 1983 did a super chat, says, check out Murder House. It's an old school throwback horror game. I never heard of it, Murder House. When did it come out? Anyway, not for today, but maybe in the future. Mouth Droolin Moron did a super chat, says, can the rollback does a vest without the hood? No, as I've said, this is a full body outfit. This isn't just like something that you can put on like a jacket. It's a full body onesie outfit. So I can't even use the bathroom in it. I have to get completely nude and take this thing off in order to use the bathroom. So, no, this cannot be any replacement for something like that, okay? Sucker Surprises, will I just start wearing this as pajamas? Maybe. Maybe I'll just wear this around the house all the time. Maybe. Why not? I paid for it, right? Why not just wear it all the time around the house? And, you know, how would it be nice to wake up and you casually see Cookie Monster sipping on a coffee in your kitchen, right? Alrighty. Anyway, let's now get to the tips side of things. Clementine got the tip started with a $4.20 tip and said, good-looking Cookie Monster. Thank you very much, Clementine. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. So far, the biggest tip of the day. We also had a tip come in from Team Ico Gamer, $1.50. Says, I love your costume. Happy Halloween. Does it have a bum flap? No, it has nothing. That's what I'm telling you. It literally has nothing. Like, oh, I have to use the bathroom, guys. I have to take like a 15-minute break just to take the thing off, piss, and get it back on. It's complicated. Kevin Bernstein tipped me $1.50. Says, careful. Wearing a costume without clothes on underneath can make you hotter because of the body will interact with materials that's not a heat reducer. It's like wearing a polyester shirt with nothing under. Right now, I'm fine, actually. I'm okay. I just hope it doesn't get any hotter in here. Like, the sun is literally beating on the front window. I hope it doesn't get hotter in here. Right now, it's okay. in this, so hopefully it stays the same. Let's see here. Sunny Day Open Sesame to me $2 and said C is for cookie. C is for cookie. Cookie is for me. Happy Halloween, Phil. Here's a true story. When I was younger, I attended a Sesame Street live show. My dad somehow was able to take me backstage, but I ended up seeing the puppets of Big Bird and Grover hanging up on a pole. It was scary to see them like that. So you enjoyed the show, and then you immediately had a traumatic experience seeing your favorite characters hung to death on poles. Wow, that's bad. Wow, it's creepy. Plum Girl has Timmy $4.20 and says, Happy Halloween. I've never been able to attend a marathon live. I'm happy to be here and get to hang with all of you today. Can Jasper say hi today? Does he have any festive collars or anything? No, we 1 year for Christmas, okay, we bought Jasper a holiday themed collar. What it was supposed to be kind of like if you were wearing a dress shirt and tie. It was like the neck of the shirt and then like a fancy, like a Christmas themed tie, like not bow tie, but like a regular, like a dangly tie. So what you do is it's just Velcro. You put it around your cat's neck. So he did it. Within 5 minutes, he hated it. He couldn't stand it. He was tearing at it. He was kicking it. He ripped it off. And since then, he just doesn't like that. Only thing he'll put up with is a regular collar. That's it. He's not a cat that will sit still and put up with being put into like one of these outfits. I know some pets are compliant and will do that. He is not, okay? He definitely does not like that. So, it is what it is. We would have liked to have, we definitely would have liked to have it, but no. Bandit, yeah, by the way, I should bring this up. Bandit Revolver says, sorry I'm late, and UK time changed today, and I forgot, so he missed the reveal. Yeah, guys, in the UK, I guess you guys change your clocks today. We in the United States don't change our clocks until next week, sorry. Getting old. We don't change our clocks till next weekend. So next weekend on Sunday, I believe my streams are going to be starting an hour later because our clocks fall back an hour. So normally I start at 10:45, but to us, that'll just be 9:45. You see? So my stream won't be starting until an hour later next Sunday. Okay? I don't know why we still do this. Why do we still change our clocks? I hate that practice. I think it's stupid. I don't think it serves any purpose whatsoever. It's just an annoying thing to try to figure out who changes their clocks. What date do we change the clocks? It's dumb. We just got to get rid of it. I don't understand why we live in a freaking an online world. Everyone's connected at all times, yet we have to change our clocks like we live in the fucking Middle Ages. You know? Okay. An anonymous tipper has tipped me $5. Thank you to the anonymous tipper. That's actually the biggest tip of the day now, so let's get that up on the leaderboard. Thank you. That will jump us up to $17 in tips. All right. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to talk about or any questions or anything before we go on break? And during this break, you guys will be voting on the game we're going to start with. Okay? You'll be voting actively on what game we begin with. That's correct. Today I am a literal Muppet, Sakai. I am actually a literal Muppet. But only for Halloween do I act like a Muppet. Okay? How's the costume feeling? Surprisingly comfy, Dripster. I'm a little hot, but that's about it. I would say the annoyance is, see this? It's actually at the edge of my eyes, and that bothers me. So you might notice me doing this today, like keep pushing it away from my eyes. But outside of that, it's very comfy. What did Kat think of my costume? Kat helped me pick it because I had 3 options. And then based on the fact that the stupid headphones didn't show up, we basically went back to the store to see what they had. And we've determined this would be the best option because now I could wear headphones and not wear headphones. Plus, it's cool. It's interesting. It's silly. I can act like Cookie Monster during horror games and stuff and be dumb, you know. So it's a good costume. No, Kat is not dressing up for Halloween. No. Okay. There you go. Smelly Vision says, I never found you more attractive. And I'm truly a Muppet today. You can call me a Muppet all you want today. Tomorrow, no. Today, yes. And keep in mind, guys, the other thing. Number 1, you're going to be voting on what game I play right after this short break where I go order the food. But also, we have to determine what game I'm starting tomorrow. Either Metroid Dread, Guardians of the Galaxy, Condemned Criminal Origins, or Visage. One of those 4 games will start up a full playthrough tomorrow, okay? Okay? All right. Let's take the break. Let me set up the poll, actually. let's take the break. Actually, I'll stop recording first. We'll take the break, and then we'll get the poll, and we'll keep going. All right, guys.